guys, it's me, the Stupendous Drew Pendous with my mighty pen ultimate. Don't forget to subscribe for some awesome adventures. See you then.
And now it's time for another exciting adventure of Drew Pendous and his mighty pen ultimate. This time, Super Drew will battle the monster under the bed. It all started one evening when Drew's nightlight went out. Drew was trying really hard to be brave, but then he heard a noise. Drew hid under the covers.
If there's any monsters out there, you better get out. I mean it. Ah! Wait a second. The Stupendous Drew Pendous isn't afraid of the dark?
Drew grabbed his pen ultimate and began to sketch. First, he drew some night vision goggles.
Cool. It was kind of dark in here. Next, I'll need a cape, so these monsters know that they're dealing with a real superhero. And I'll need a belt that can eject a net for monster capture. Okay, monsters, you better hide, because I'm Super Drew, and I'm coming for you.
Drew decided he should save his family first, so he flew into his little brother's room and shined a light under the bed. His little brother woke up.
Hey, Drew, what are you doing in here?
I'm fighting monsters.
Shh! Monsters? Ah!
Suddenly, Drew heard a noise. It was coming from down the hall. Drew jumped out and he cast his net.
Gotcha!
Oops. Turned out it was just his pet schnauzer, Mr. Hot Dog.
Sorry, Mr. Hot Dog. Okay, no monsters here.
Drew flew down the hall to his parents' room, but he didn't see any monster activity there.
The monsters seem to be one step ahead of me. Or maybe they're all hiding because they're scared.
Drew plugged in a super monster deflector nightlight for his parents before he left, just to be safe. It was getting late, and Drew knew he had to defeat the monsters before morning. He flew through the house, casting his monster net and yelling really loudly so the monsters knew he meant business.
Ah!
He looked in the kitchen.
Aha!
No monsters. He looked in the garage.
Ah!
Nope. He looked in his closet. Nothing there, except a mess. But where else was he supposed to throw all his toys? Drew threw back the curtains and yelled.
Aha!
But there was nothing there either. It was time to be brave and look under the bed, the most notorious hideout for monsters. Super Drew took a deep breath and he looked. Ahem. I said Drew takes a deep breath and he looks. Hello? He takes a deep breath, he looks. He saw it! There in the darkest corner of the bed, he saw the monster!
Hey, Drew. Nice to meet you. I'm your bed monster.
My what?
Your bed monster. I live under your bed and stand guard, making sure you're always safe and sound.
Huh.
But it gets pretty lonely down here sometimes.
You want to play video games?
Yeah.
So, Drew and his bed monster played games until the monster said,
Drew?
Whoa, you sound just like my dad.
Drew, wake up. You're going to be late for school.
Huh?
Drew, why were you sleeping with your head under the covers?
Drew looked around. He saw his monster-fighting superhero suit, and he knew it wasn't just a dream. He had met a real-life monster from under the bed. He was super cool, though, so that's nice. And the moral of the story, boys and girls, is don't be afraid of the dark. And if you find a monster under the bed, he's probably just bored and wants to play video games. Get ready for a brand new adventure of Drew Pendous and his mighty penultimate. Today's adventure is Drew and the abominable snowman. Drew is at cool school learning all about Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth. As he listened, he doodled pictures of himself climbing to the top of the mountain, where he would yell stuff like,
Hey, I can see your bald spot.
and then listen for the echo,
I can see your bald spot.
and then ski all the way down, setting the world record for the fastest skiing ever. Then his teacher said,
Mount Everest is home to many species of animals, even the endangered snow leopard. But it's also home to the mythical Yeti, aka the abominable snowman.
The abominable snowman? Sounds dangerous. I bet that's what's eating all the snow leopards.
that sounds like a job for...
The Stupendous Drew Pendous. May I go to the restroom?
Drew grabbed the bathroom keys and ran out.
Okay, I'll need to fly to Nepal and then land on Everest. So I'll draw airplane wings onto my suit. And a jet engine. Oh, and a coat. It's gonna be cold.
Drew was ready for blast off. He jetted out of school and halfway across the world to Mount Everest. Drew saw some hunters.
Hey guys! Shh! Sorry, what you doing? Hunting yetis?
Yeah, be quiet, kid.
Oh cool, me too! I'm gonna save the baby snow leopards from these scary yetis.
Whatever, kid. Good luck.
You too, see ya! Shh! Sorry.
Drew trekked up the mountain looking for signs of a yeti. He looked to the left, he looked to the right, he looked up, he looked down.
Aha! Now I've got you, Mr. Yeti the Abominable Snowman. I need a giant net so I can capture him. A netty for the Yeti.
With his net in hand, Drew followed the tracks.
Hey, the footprints stop here. That must mean... Ah!
Drew pulled himself together and cast his yeti net.
Gotcha!
The hunters came running.
Hey, good job, kid. You got him.
Now we'll take him to our science lab so we can experiment on him.
You mean to see why he's so mean and why he's always eating snow leopards?
Yetis don't eat snow leopards, kid.
They're not dangerous at all. They're like giant teddy bears.
Drew thought fast. Being mean to animals is bad. Giant teddy bears are good. Drew looked at the yeti. There was an abominably big snow tear rolling down his furry yeti cheeks.
The Yeti is not the bad guy. You're the bad guys. You probably hurt the baby snow leopards too.
Yeah, we're actually
Evil.
mad scientists.
Suddenly, Drew had a brand new mission.
I'm the Stupendous Drew Pendous and I'll save the Yeti.
Drew pulled out his penultimate and began to draw.
Get your hands off of us, kid.
Yeah, let go.
Stretchy arms, activate.
Drew's arms zoomed way out till the hunters were dangling over the side of the mountain.
Do you promise to leave the Yetis alone?
We promise.
And do you promise you'll never hurt another animal as long as you live?
Yes!
Call me sir.
Yes, sir!
Drew set them down at the base of the mountain.
I can see your bald spot. Stretchy arms, deactivate.
Drew helped the captured yeti out of his net. The yeti grabbed Drew and gave him an abominably huge snow hug.
Oh no, more hunters?
The yeti shook his head and smiled. It was his yeti family. There was Mom Yeti and 3 little yeti kids. And to top it off, they had a pet baby snow leopard.
Take care of the other animals up here. Okay, guys? I gotta get back to school. I was supposed to be in the bathroom this whole time.
Drew flew back to cool school.
Sorry.
Finally, I've been waiting forever.
The end. And the moral of the story is, don't believe everything you hear about yetis, and try not to take too long in the bathroom. Are you ready, boys and girls, moms and dads, cats and dogs? Get ready for a brand new adventure with Drew Pendous and his mighty penultimates. Today, Drew must defend planet Earth in the attack of the glitter slime monster Blob. It all started one fine spring day. The skies were blue, the birds were chirping. It was the perfect day for Drew to learn all about plants for his school environmental science project.
I'm going to learn about gardening with my friend Mary.
That's right, kids. That Mary, the one who's quite contrary.
I am not.
Whatever you say.
So Mary, how does your garden grow?
With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a... Ah! Look!
What is that?
It looks like some kind of shiny slime, and it's covered all my plants.
Maybe it's a giant slug.
Ew! Gross.
Drew and Mary followed the trail. The slime was everywhere, and it was smothering all the plants and flowers and grass.
This is bad.
Oh no! Over there!
Monster Blob! Ew, he's slimy.
And shiny. Is that glitter?
Wait a second, he's slimy and glittery? Crafty Carol just made glitter slime. Do you think Crafty Carol
Created a monster?
Maybe not, but it is all slimy and glittery. You know, like glitter slime.
But my glitter slime craft is right here.
Think back. Did anything strange happen?
Well, I should get up and wash my hands, but for now I'm just gonna...
That's it!
What's it? I've been throwing stuff back there for years.
Exactly. Maybe the trash and slime turned into radioactive waste. And then that turned into a mutant monster supervillain.
Sounds logical to me.
Crafty Carol, quick! Tell me everything you've tossed back here.
Bits of paper, felt, foam, string, cardboard, tinfoil, duct tape, yarn, corn husks, empty glue bottles, jelly beans, oh, and a hot dog. What? It had mustard on it. I don't like mustard.
Okay, so it sounds like we're mostly dealing with garbage and recyclables.
And a mutant monster. Don't forget that part. We have to defeat it before it destroys the entire Earth.
Right.
He quickly drew his superhero costume and was ready to save the day.
I think I have a plan. To fight a monster, you need a monster. A monster truck, that is. It's a giant monster truck that can go super fast. And it has a trash crusher and recycling built in.
Cool.
And it can do sick flips and jumps.
Double cool.
Let's go!
But Drew, you don't have your driver's license.
I'll drive.
Crafty Carol, Drew Pendous, and Mary hopped into the giant monster garbage truck.
Woohoo!
Wait, everybody buckled up?
Of course.
All right, giddy up.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Crafty Carol, try doing a back wheel stand. That will scare them, and then we'll scoop them up. Can you do it?
I've been going to monster truck rallies since you were in diapers. Oh, I got this.
Oh no, we rolled over.
The design must be too top heavy. Don't worry, I will draw springs that will bounce us back up.
Yay!
Wait, it's just more fun if we do some jumps and tricks.
Time to put the pedal to the metal.
The monster truck went super fast over the ramp and sailed through the air toward the mutant monster glitter blob. No, wait, it's me, Simon. Don't smush me, please.
Simon the Frog?
Why were you going to smush me?
We weren't going to smush you.
We thought you were a garbage monster blob, and we were just going to capture you so you'd stop leaving oozy trails of glitter slime and trash everywhere.
Why are you all covered in glitter slime and garbage?
I was playing in your crafting room and I found this glitter slime. It was so much fun to play with, so I was just rolling around in it.
Well, you're not supposed to roll around in it.
Well, then all the other bits of paper and felt and glue bottles and things got stuck to me. I never meant to make a mess. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad we're not dealing with a mutant monster blob, but this is going to take forever to clean up.
Not if I draw a super cleaner robot to help.
Thanks. Oh, wait. Leave that. Delicious. Drew Pendous, Mary, Crafty Carol, Simon, and the Super Cleaner Robot all work together as a team to clean up the mess.
My garden! It's as good as new.
Yeah, and the whole town is cleaner than ever.
Sorry I scared you guys.
And I'm so sorry all my leftover crafting supplies made such a mess.
Well, it won't happen again. Here's a giant wastebasket and recycling bin. Now let's hop back in the monster truck and do some freestyle tricks.
The moral of the story, kids, never litter, always recycle, and don't roll around in your glitter slime. It's time for a brand new adventure with the Stupendous Drew Pendous and his mighty pet ultimate. Today, Drew is gonna save the ocean from the Seaweed Monster. But don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Well, kinda. It looked like it was gonna be a perfect day at the beach, and Drew and his friends couldn't be more excited until...
Ah! Something's got my foot! Ah! It's surrounding me! There's a monster in the water!
Drew was totally being eaten alive by a giant Drew-eating creature.
Everybody out of the water where it's safe. I gotta fight this thing off before it eats us all.
Drew knew the only way to fight the enemy was to look him in the eye. So he made a really cool helmet and he dunked his head underwater. Suddenly he came face to face with...
The Seaweed Monster!
It was big, it was green, it was scary, it was...
Huh? Just a big tangle of plants? You're not a real monster, are you?
But the seaweed didn't answer because sure enough, it wasn't a monster at all. But it was everywhere. Mountains and mountains of seaweed piled up across the ocean.
Ew, gross! This stuff is all over the place. But where's it all coming from? We've got to get to the bottom of this.
And he meant it. To figure out where all that icky seaweed was coming from, Drew had to dive way down to the very bottom of the big dark ocean. So he drew himself an awesome sea scooter and started to make his way down. It was pretty dark and scary down there. Luckily, Drew swam by a school of really friendly fish that also wanted to get rid of the yucky seaweed in their water. One of them was named Finn because he had one extra large fin that made him kind of swim lopsided.
Hi, my name's Finn. I don't mean to be rude, but you don't really look like a regular fish.
I'm not a fish. I'm Stupendous. And I'm here to save the ocean from all these gooey, gross, gigantic gobs of seaweed.
Oh wow, awesome! You must be a real-life boy! I've always wanted to meet a real-life boy. This is the best day ever! Hey, you know what I was thinking? I could be your sidekick, but like literally. This big old fin makes me swim on my side. But don't worry, it won't slow me down.
Okay, you can be my sidekick. Let's get moving. This seaweed's not gonna get rid of itself.
Whatever you say, Hero Drew. Here we come, the dynamic duo, ready to save the day. Hey, you know what? I was wondering, what's it really like up there with all that oxygen?
Oh, brother.
With his new sidekick by his side and kind of swimming on his side, Drew continued deeper and deeper into the big, dark ocean until he spotted a group of really scary
Underwater pirates? Uh-oh.
Drew saw the pirates are pulling tons of seaweed out from an old sunken ship, and they were dumping that gross seaweed back into the ocean.
Let's eavesdrop to find out what these guys are up to.
Remember, kids, eavesdropping is totally rude, except when you have to save the ocean from being filled up with icky seaweed, and a bunch of underwater pirates are the ones doing it.
Arr, no jewels in this batch either.
I just toss it in the water and keep looking for the rest. That sunken treasure is somewhere on this ship, and we're gonna find it.
Oh wow, there's real-life sunken treasure in that ship. This is the coolest thing ever!
Shh, Finn, they'll hear us.
Who goes there? No one spies on pirates without getting punished.
Oops!
Oh no! If the pirates find us spying here, they're gonna take us captive. Unless...
Without a moment to spare, Drew pulled out his pen ultimate and sketched a heaping pile of shiny treasures.
Cool, that's sparkly.
Looking for these?
Hey, where'd you get those? Give it here, kid. Those jewels belong to us.
Well, if you want them, you gotta catch them.
Drew sketched a humongous underwater cannon. Then he loaded the jewels in and shot them far and wide. The pirates went nuts.
Quick, you go that way. I'll go this way. Grab them all.
Don't let a single one out of your sight. And off they went in search of all the shiny jewels.
But Hero Drew, why'd you let them swim off with all your expensive treasure?
Finn, lesson 101. Pirates aren't the smartest bad guys. Those jewels were fake. I drew them, but it'll be too late by the time they find out.
You are the smartest hero ever! When I grow up, I want to be just like you. Will you teach me how to draw stuff and be super cool and get rid of all the bad guys?
Come on, Finn. We still have work to do.
They swam over to the sunken ship and Drew sketched a giant underwater suction pipe.
We've got to get rid of all this seaweed so that the pirates cannot use it to contaminate the ocean ever again.
And just when they thought the adventure was over, they suddenly heard music playing from behind the ship.
Hey, Hero Drew, do you hear music?
They swam to the other side of the ship and...
So that's where the sunken treasure is.
A group of mermaids having an awesome jewelry trunk show?
Lesson 102, kids. Always check out underwater jewelry trunk shows run by mermaids. They're the best trunk shows. And so, kids, it was another great day for the mighty Drew Pendous. The only hard part was saying goodbye to his new sidekick, Finn.
I'll be back again in no time.
Pinky promise?
Do you have pinkies? Trust me, there'll be plenty of awesome underwater adventures to come. And you'll be my sidekick every step of the way.
I'll miss you, Hero Drew.
I'll miss you too, sidekick Finn.
Drew used the sea scooter to speed back to shore where he met up with his buddies once again. It was gonna be the best beach day ever. Moral of the story, boys and girls, beware of treasure-seeking pirates if you find lots of seaweed in the ocean. And if you ever come across dancing mermaids at a jewelry trunk show, always join in on the fun.